So yeah, because I didn't have the programmer at the time, so I didn't reprogram the number on it. Plus it was the only one I had. So since then, it's like I've got the programmer, I've got everything else, so I can now actually program that locomotive. So I've now got a few, I guess. 1, 2, 3. There's 3 in boxes now. I put some of them back into the box because I don't have the capacity on the layout at the moment to store multiple locomotives. But I've got 3 in boxes, and then I think 5 on the track. So 8 DCC sound locomotives all ready to go. Oops. Okay, that is the mowing done. Mower back. It's the 10. Where did I... Oh, did I put the windrower down at the other farm? That's unfortunate. So, train stuff is happening. Oops. This back over here. Get the weight on the front. Then I'm going to jump around, see what's out there. Alrighty, so New Holland, I am done with that for the moment. Engine off. Yeah, I think the windrow is all down the other farm. So next thing is, oh, there's all those. I don't think I've got a tractor down at the other farm. I do not. Oops. That's the 6R. Okay, we're going to use this. We're going to use the 6R. But we're going to have to go for a drive. I think the windrows are down. Even if there is nothing, even if the windrow is not down here, I am going to need the baler and the wrapper. So it's not too bad. Probably. Oh yeah, and all the rolling as well. I've currently got both of the rollers set to roll rather than mulch. We finished the mulching. While I was planting the cotton, I was doing mulching on the fields that you see splattered around the area we're in. But then after that, I did switch them all to rolling because, I mean, we were like the end of the day, February 4, I think I was still rolling the last field and subsoiling the one to our left. I mean, it's I'm gonna need to buy a whole nother probably planter and subsoiler, probably another big tractor, just so I've got the equipment to do things on the farm. As we're going, so yeah, this is very complicated. Okay, what is in? Oh look, there's the windrower, there's the baler, there's the wrapper. And of course, because we're going to be planting soybeans and corn next month, I'm still going to need 2 tractors on the rolling, I think. Plus, we're going to have grass mowing to do, so I'm guessing New Holland can mow the grass. next month. And then this tractor's going to be running around like crazy doing everything else that's small. We have a Fendt 500, which I bought before last session. I've also bought a case Vestrum, I think. I don't recall. Let's take a look. Vehicles, case, Vestrum 130. It has 140 horsepower. It's not big. I did buy it with a front loader attachment and a bucket because I bought some lime, stuck it in a trailer, and then I couldn't get it into the lime spreader, so I had to tip the lime on the ground. Not exactly an ideal thing. And then I had to scoop it up with a bucket. So the Vestrum has front loader attacher. I do have some arms. I have a bucket. I have pigs up at that farm. The Vestrum's going to live up at the pig farm and may want another tractor up there, but for right now, that's fine. The big problem is going to be the field work with the subsoiling and the planting and the haulage and all of the things. I might be able to get through winter or this year with what we have, in spite of the fact we now have a lot more fields. Why am I going in here? Let's turn around. Okay. Gonna make hay, that's Teddy. I might drop the windrower up at this farm because obviously we're going to be doing all the grass fields at this end. We'll finish off at the other end. I tend to leave it at the other farm because there's more storage capacity there, and I can then I don't have to bring it back. It's one of those, I don't have to bring it back, so I'm not going to bother. Okay, lower that, turn that on. I'm going to do a lot of this by eye, I think. Just because we didn't keep the mowers inside the field boundary, so I'm going to have to swing outside for some of the rowing. Still, yeah, this is actually quite a quiet month. Now that I got the stone picking and the lime spreading done and the spraying, but we're now down to a point where I've got really not a lot to do today and tomorrow. It's just the fact that we've run out of silage bales, and that's a problem for cows. But for everything else, we're just waiting for the right time of the year. That's better. I think I missed a little bit of the grass back there. Not a problem. Not sure if it's better to windrow the middle and then do the outside, or windrow the outside and then do the middle. Not sure I'm going to get the baler through that, but okay. Shall we try steering assist? Oh, steering assist has me doing 2 headlands. May or may not be a good thing. Off we go. So what's next? It does look like I think we're due to get a lot of rain today in the real world. So I'm not going to be going outside and cutting wood or anything like that. Yeah, last weekend we also mowed the grass, as that needed done. Okay, so that's mostly good, and might be able to get a baler under that tree too. We'll see. So yeah, plans this weekend. Mrs. Osa's off to pick up some stuff she bought at an auction. Then I think there is plans afoot for Oreo balls, I think. Don't know what that entails, but it's a thing. Mrs. Osa's friend's coming over this afternoon. And gonna make Oreo balls. So second cut for this field. This field will be delayed until the rest of the fields are ready. I'm not cutting the fields, all the rest of the fields until next month. But that does mean that this field will be ready to cut a month before the rest of them. I only do 3 cuts a year. I'm only going to cut this field 3 times. Okay, go. Okay. Now what's going to happen here? I think I'm just going to do another loop, so we're going to mess up this crazy bend. That's that one. Good. So kind of a peaceful morning so far. I get to do all the farming myself, which does make a change. So much of the time on this farm, as we've gone on, so much of the time on this farm has just been expanding into just managing the helpers doing all of the tasks that need to get done. But now I get to do things myself. But that was the thing, yeah, pretty much most of this week, I think I took a day off on Wednesday, but for the rest of the week, I was just doing all of the farm things. Just workers doing things. So, I'm just jumping between tractors and you move here, do this. Oh, you finished, do this. It was just a constant transfer between fields. What I might do here, it looks like there's approximately 1 row to our right, so I might not bother rowing that up. Just go straight down here. We'll see how the baler copes. It's getting late as well. lift this at the end so I don't mess up the headlands any have. You know. So that one. That one. Go. Okay, so the rest of this should work out a little bit better. If I end up down this end of the field, I will row that stub at the bottom. If I don't end up at the end of the field, I end up at the top, then we'll just take this back to the yard and put it away. I've already heard Mrs. Osa's alarm ringing, so because she's going out meeting up with a friend, she needs to get up earlier than normal. Alrighty, that should be right about. There, and that's that angle to our left is going to be a little bit of a problem. But now on the railway, now I've got the approach track foundation for the loop done. I can figure out where the loop track's going to go, and I can start cutting more platform pieces. I really got to figure out how to do the ramps at both ends, and I've got an idea. I just have to go and watch a how-to video, because I have watched a video that shows me how to do a thing, but I wasn't actually putting it into practice at the time, so I kind of know it can be done. I just don't know. I haven't gone through the I can do this. But then once I get that done, I can start cutting ramps. I'll just cut one sample first just to make sure it all works, and figure out if it's the correct width. If it's the correct width, then I just go from there to making more of exactly the same. So I've got the single template, and it'll all be good at that point. If, however, I need narrower ones, then all I end up doing is lift. I can change the width. Obviously the sides are good enough. Yeah. The ramps are going to be the same profile from the side on. They're just not going to be the same width. And I can cut end pieces and top pieces to fit. It's what I did with the main blocks. I cut the ends with the tops. The sides I just cut a whole sheet of side pieces. So I've still got like enough for three platform edges, or 3 platforms. Edges for 3 platforms, so 6 edges. Also got to get the laptop out because we haven't unpacked that since we got back from Canada, and that's the PC we used to run the laser cutter. So maybe I'll do that this afternoon while it's raining. The problem is if it gets too dark, it's very difficult to see anything in the basement. We don't have brilliant lighting down there. But, that's something I can work on later. I'm kind of thinking just getting some sticky LED strips and running them along the length. They can plug into the main outlet that the railways run off of. But apart from that, there's really not a lot been happening this week. Work's been, I guess, relatively peaceful. I've had a bunch of projects to get done, and I've actually had the time to work on them, which is a novelty at times. So frequently I get, oh, we need this done and we need it done by tomorrow. And then everybody starts breaking things on the system and it ends up with, yeah, it's not going to happen tomorrow because I've got so much stuff I have to research and figure out why things aren't working, and fixing orders because somebody did something they're not supposed to do, and but this week it's just okay. I've got about 3 or 4 projects that need to be completed, but we're not in they have to be done by next week. It's just I get to think about them a little bit more and plan what I'm doing little bit better. Okay, looks like we're going to end up at the bottom of the field, so I can do that bit on the bottom left edge side. Then we have to run back to the big cow farm and get the baler. I guess the other advantage here is because I am only doing one field. Things are going to pass a little bit quicker. So much of the time I might have an opportunity to cut the first field myself, but then I've got to row that field while the mower moves on, and I've got to head some of the fields, so I don't usually get to wrapping grass until like 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and we're not finished till 6, whereas today we're going to should have the grass wrapped by what time do you think we'll have the grass wrapped? Probably definitely before lunch, which means the silage might actually be ready on the 1st of April. Might be first thing, might be later. Still, okay, that's looking good. Lift that there and then we'll follow. All right. Another task done. Now the thing is I could do square bales. I don't. I do hay and straw with squares and silage with rounds. But my wrapper will do rounds and squares. I think the wrapper only does small squares though. So this is good enough. I need this in a couple of days. I'm going to put it in the shed anyway. Probably the shed in the middle. Don't think there's anything in this middle shed that I am going to need. Don't even know where I put the planter. Cultivator, weeder, cotton haulage, and subsoiler. So this is mostly, oh, and yeah, weeders, hose. Yeah, so this is just main field workage equipment. So we'll need this.